In a race where I think a ton of guys are now worried, Daniel Huffman has a 13-point lead over Ash Curtis coming into this race. I'll show you, Ash Curtis is right here, so he's got a gain. He needs the gain. Huffman is right there. So Huffman needs to stay out of the points in this race. Because if Huffman stays out of the points in this event, it's basically, it helps Ash Curtis gain. Because right now, David Diaz is 15 now. So right now, technically, there's 2 cars eligible for the championship. Just David Diaz, with the race for the end now. And if this race never happened, we went straight to Michigan. David Diaz would have to win the race, and Huffman would have to finish outside the points. Come on with 0 points. Isaac is 2 out. He's 17 points out. And Kelly Boston is 23 out. So right now, they're racing 4 wide up here in the front. A guy that really doesn't have to do much is the 66 here, Huffman. But guys like Ash Curtis and other drivers, they got to stick their nose in this 4 or 5 wide battles. Oh, and speaking of points, Gary May scored a point. So all 40 cars this season have scored a point. I mean, look at full throttles. Oh my God, look at this. They're 4 wide back here. Battling at Talladega, Alabama. Oh God, they almost touched. And a big one here with all these cars needing to gain a ton of points. It would be horrifying. David Diaz, there it is. The big one is struck. Here at Talladega. David Diaz was in it. Nathan Huffman was not. Was Isaac Jacob? Or was Ash Curtis involved? David Diaz is destroyed. David Diaz is just hoping that maybe Huffman doesn't score points. That's all he's going to have to hope for now. As the big crash has just took place. Here, where is the 66? Right there. Clean, no damage on the 66. Looks like no damage on the 10 or the 40. It's coming to the line. It was a battle between the 5 and the 24. 24 is going to take it. We already seen what brought the caution. We're going to get you to the green. Because I think a lot of cars are just now worried. And what happened? It was a 4 wide situation if you want to know what the caution come out for. Ooh, pit stops. And the 40 is going to stay out with the 51. And while they pit, we'll go and show you the caution. Actually, we'll show you pit stops. We need to show you pit stops. I think those are the only 2. The 29 also staying out. We'll go ahead and get you to the pit cam. Right here, you can see this line that's coming out of pit road. Who's going to be the first car out of pit road is Eric Rodriguez, David Diaz, Alex Wheeler, and Andrew Plank are out of the event. Luis Hernandez is out. Then it was Matthews. Oh gosh. There's the 10 car out. 31-2. There comes the 66. That's something though. They can make sure that 66. They can make sure that 66 car is good and right before they send that car back out. 62 driving really crazy up through here. We'll get you to the green flag. The 80 car is just slow. I mean, David Diaz now just needs to hope Huffman stays out of that top 15. If he does, I mean, that's 1 point he gains on Diaz. Diaz being 15 out would be the end of David Diaz's shot in the hunt at this championship. Was David Diaz driving a little aggressive? Yeah, but he knew what he had to do. He knew he had to get up here and try. I think that's why Isaac has stayed out. I think that's why Isaac stayed out. He's got to do what he has to do to get points. Currently, he is 17 out. So right now, he is scoring 14 points compared to Huffman's 0. He gains 14 out of the 17 he's behind. So going, even if the race were to end, if he were to win the race, he would still be points behind. Green flag back out. And Tim Brooks got a good start. And Chris Dodd and Luis Hernandez are going to try to make a pass. So right now, all the championship contenders are ahead of him. Right there in 14th is the 10. But when they all pack back up, we get back to pack racing, that's when we can see what everybody's got. The 40 car is probably going to have to pit. So is the 29 and the 51. Due to how this restricted plate racing goes. Right now, the 5 car, Luis Hernandez had a horrible season. Would love to get a win and help to turn this thing around. And the 66 starting to creep to that 15th spot. I mean, if Luis Hernandez wins, it would jump him up to maybe the top 25 in points. It's Tim Brooks goes. Alan Matthews trying something on the very high side. There's O'Neal Baldwin. It starts to look like Daytona now. Right now, Ash Curtis right now is dropped to 15th. So if the race were to end, he would only be 12 out. Going into Michigan, he would be 12 points out. Actually, he's 16th. He's not in the points. So right now, he's technically 13 out still. Isaac right now is in 10th. So he's trying to gain some big points, but he's got to probably pit. And now thinking about it, 3 cars stayed out. If they got to pit, that puts the 66 into the top 15 and into points paying position. As Rice One's going to battle for his teammate for the lead here. Patrick Stewart going to go to the bottom and help. The 43 car is out of the race. Sam Curtis. Sam Curtis not having a great season as well. Look at all these cars trying just to hang in here. 66 actually has fell to 19th. So if 3 cars drop, he's 16th. Is it gamesmanship? Is it just hoping? And right now, that 10 car is trying to catch up to the 4 to pass. And that's going to give him 1 point. So he's now 12 out. As Ash Curtis. Ash Curtis is the only one who could technically take the points lead today if he was to get up here and win this race. He would technically take the points lead from Daniel Huffman. Tim Brooks on the inside. With help from Luis Hernandez. Alan Matthews is going to try to throw a block on that 20. Alan Matthews. He's not had a great season either. Currently, he's 22nd in points. Luis Hernandez, 38th. So, a horrible season for the 5 team. In races where they were in the top 15, they just got wrecked. They've been wrecked every week in that 5 car. And something is holding the 66 car way back. They have lost the draft The 18 car has, and the 66. So they're going to need a caution to catch back up. We got cars running 4 wide still up here in the front, trying to make moves to win the race. Gary May, guy who's 40th in points right now, running third. Teammate to the 66. That car has been just a lot of development. The 62 has been a lot of development for Rusty Wallace Incorporated. The 62 has helped that 66 car a lot this season, and now it's showing when he's got that. He got the power behind it. Now, to be honest, the 62, we're getting word, is the 66 car from last week at Daytona. The 66 is a new car, so and he just got passed there by Robert Pollard for 20th. And there's Tim Brooks back by. Look at the 5 car. Oh, almost contact for the lead. 51's trying to hold him down. 27 wants to lead this thing. Brandon Gunn's already won a race this season. Won at Auto Club. He wants to win Talladega. Look who's second though. Ash Curtis right now. If the race were to end, Ash Curtis is coming to Michigan as the points leader. After a horrible Daytona. The 2 Roush Fords here, the 6 and the 17, battling up through the front. John Gilbert, the Mudsummer National winner, coming to the front here at Talladega. Doing something that Matt Kenseth usually does. When it's go time, gets all the way to the front of these super speedways. Patrick Stewart right behind him. Tanner Guns behind Patrick Stewart. Then it's Zachary Fitzwater, Alan Matthews, Isaac Jekyll, JT Bryan as well. To the lead is Patrick Stewart by himself, using a big head of momentum. Tanner Gunn's going to drive it to the inside of the 17. But too little, too late, and the 29 is pitting. And I don't know if I've seen the 40 go in with him. No, it's just the 29. Which really has just messed up Gary May and Ash Curtis. Both of these cars are now sitting ducks. And you got a 3-car pack. If you're behind Tim Brooks, you might not want to be behind him. He might be pitting next. Rick Johnson pushing him. Is the 51 and the 40 about to go to pit road as Alan Matthews takes the lead? Are they going to pull off now? No. Isaac knows what it's worth. He knows he has to get up here and maybe win this race to put him back in a shot to win the championship. 2 laps to go, and the 29 slowed in the back. Tim Brooks to the lead. Coming to the white flag, Tim Brooks and Isaac Jekyll did not pit. Did they save enough gas? We've seen the 29 who had to pit. Isaac getting shoved, trying to get him up here to battle. White flag is in the air. Luis Hernandez dives it to the inside of Rick Johnson. Does Tim Brooks have enough fuel? Down that back straightaway. O'Neal Baldwin to the inside. Coming to the checkered flag. O'Neal Baldwin. He's got a huge head of momentum. It might be a drag race. Here comes Ryan Swan to the inside. Coming to the line. Ryan Swan is going to win at Talladega. And Daniel Huffman is out of the points. David Diaz is breathing a sigh of relief. Going into next week, 15 out. He has to win. Ash Curtis didn't gain any points. Maybe he gained one. Isaac Jekyll on a big gamble. And that 40 car is out of fuel on a big gamble. Finishes 8th. Gained points. Tim Brooks. Also on that same gamble, Tim Brooks just wanted to win the race. Finishing results. Ryan Swan wins Talladega. Then it's O'Neal Baldwin, Patrick Stewart, John Gilbert, Luis Hernandez, Tim Brooks Jr., Alan Matthews, Isaac Jekyll, Rick Johnson, Tanner Guns, Zachary Fitzwater, Brandon Guns, Gary May, Ash Curtis, J.C. Bryant, Oriole Pollard, Joshua Sasuli, Albert Pollard, Daniel Huffman, Brennan Fuller, Bubba Belitsky, Cody Lamas, Steve Pollard, Kelly Boston, Emmanuel Harnett, Andrew Davis, Stephen Pollard, Joey Murphy, DJ Curtis, Morgan McPherson, Mitchell Carter, Chris Dodd, Sam Curtis, Cole Denver, Nick Price, Alex Wheeler, Jonathan Fitzwater, Eric Rodriguez, David Diaz, and Andrew Plank. We will see you guys next week from the finale at Michigan International Raceway.